girls! I washed my hair a little while ago, so it's definitely having one of those fluffy, messy hair days. But that's okay because we're getting ready together. I have a busy day ahead, so I want my makeup to look fresh, soft, and effortless. Since pink is always such a pretty vibe, let's create a bright, rosy look that makes the skin glow without looking overdone. First, I'm starting with a lightweight moisturizer. I never use anything too rich before makeup because heavy creams can make foundations slide around and separate throughout the day. A thin layer is enough to hydrate my dry skin while keeping everything smooth. Now for the base. I'm using a dewy cushion foundation because I love that natural, healthy skin finish. I don't mind if it doesn't completely cover everything. I actually prefer seeing a little bit of real skin. To make the center of my face look brighter, I add an extra layer on my forehead, nose, and the tops of my cheeks. There are still a few blemishes I want to hide, so I'm taking a creamy concealer. For my under eyes, I blend it immediately so it stays natural, but for acne marks, I let it sit for a few seconds before blending. It gives much better coverage without needing lots of product. While the concealer is settling, let's do the eyebrows. I personally love soft, natural brows because they make my face look lighter and more youthful. Instead of making them super dark, I gently fill in the sparse areas and extend the tails just a little for a balanced shape. Next comes bronzer. I always tap off the excess product first because it's much easier to build color than to remove it. I lightly warm up the edges of my forehead, under my cheekbones, and along my jawline. Then I use a smaller brush to softly contour the sides of my nose for a subtle definition. Time for blush, my favorite step. Today I'm using a fresh rosy pink shade. I start with just a tiny amount because cream blush can be surprisingly pigmented. I blend it onto the apples of my cheeks and sweep whatever is left across my nose for that cute, naturally flushed look. I even dab a little onto my eyelids so the whole makeup look feels connected. Since everything is looking pretty glowy, I'm dusting on a light layer of translucent powder. I don't want to completely remove the glow, I just want to keep the makeup from looking oily after a few hours. For the eyes, I'm using soft, neutral pink shades. I begin with a light matte shade all over the lid, then deepen the outer corners with a slightly darker color to create a little dimension. If I'm using shimmer, I always press it on with my fingertip because it looks much smoother and more reflective. To brighten my eyes, I add a tiny bit of shimmer to the inner corners and the center of my eyelids. It catches the light beautifully without looking too dramatic. Now for eyeliner. Instead of drawing a bold line, I use a soft brown liner close to my lashes. I keep the inner part very thin and make the outer corner slightly thicker to naturally lift my eyes. Then I gently smudge the edges so the liner blends into the eyeshadow. Let's curl the lashes. Curling them really opens up the eyes, especially if you have straight lashes like me. After that, I apply a lengthening mascara, focusing mostly on the roots before pulling the product through the tips for separated, fluttery lashes. To finish everything off, I'm applying a glossy pink lip color. I like something moisturizing that gives the lips a healthy shine while making them look fuller. And that's the completed look. It's soft, feminine, fresh, and comfortable to wear all day without feeling heavy. I'm starting with a little bit of cream highlighter. I like applying it only on the highest points of my face, the tops of my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, and just a tiny touch on my cupid's bow. Instead of looking glittery, it gives the skin that healthy, glass-like glow. For the eyes, I'm keeping everything soft and wearable. I don't want anything too dramatic because I love makeup that enhances my features instead of covering them. I'm taking a light beige shade and blending it through the crease with a fluffy brush. This creates a nice transition for the rest of the colors. Next, I'm adding a muted pink shade to the center of my eyelids. I always build the color slowly because it's much easier to add more than to take it away. Layering thin amounts gives a smoother finish and looks more natural. To give my eyes a little more depth, I'm using a soft brown shadow along the outer corners. Instead of making a sharp line, I blend it upward so everything looks seamless. Blending is honestly one of the biggest secrets to pretty eye makeup. I'm also taking a tiny brush with the same shadow and softly running it along my lower lash line. I don't bring it all the way across because I still want my eyes to look bright and open. Now I'm adding just a little bit of shimmer to the center of my eyelids. I like using my fingertip for this because it makes metallic shades appear much brighter without creating fallout. The sparkle catches the light beautifully but still looks elegant. For eyeliner, I'm choosing a brown pencil instead of black. Brown liners usually look softer and are perfect for an everyday makeup look. I stay very close to the lashes and extend the outer corner just a little to create a gentle lifting effect. After drawing the liner, I take a small brush and lightly smudge the edge. This removes any harsh lines and makes the makeup look much more effortless. Now let's curl the lashes again before mascara. I always curl them in a few gentle presses instead of squeezing once because it creates a smoother curve and helps the curl last longer. For mascara, I focus on separating the lashes instead of making them super thick. I wiggle the wand at the roots first, then slowly pull it upward. This gives volume at the base while keeping the tips nice and defined. I'm adding just a tiny bit to my lower lashes because I don't want them to overpower the look. Less is definitely more here. Let's move on to lips. Before applying any color, I always use a moisturizing lip balm. Hydrated lips make every lipstick or gloss look smoother and help prevent that cracked appearance. Today I'm using a rosy pink lip tint. I apply most of the color to the center of my lips and blend outward with my finger. This creates a soft gradient effect that looks youthful and natural. To make my lips appear a little fuller, I'm finishing with a clear gloss right in the center. It's such a simple trick, but it instantly makes the lips look healthier and plumper. Now I'm taking one last look in the mirror to make sure everything is blended. Sometimes I'll soften my blush with my makeup sponge or lightly dust a little more powder around my nose if I feel extra shiny. And that's the finished look. It's fresh, glowy, and comfortable to wear all day without feeling heavy. I love looks like this because they enhance your natural beauty while still letting your skin shine through. Thank you so much for getting ready with me today. I hope you found a few tips that you can try in your own routine. Remember, makeup should be fun, so don't be afraid to experiment and find what makes you feel confident. Take care of your skin, drink plenty of water, wear your sunscreen every day, and I'll see you in the next video on Dr. Pore Pop. Bye, girls!